Hello, and thank you for joining me for week 2 of Riffoween! So, we will be continuing our theme of inanimate objects come to life with an old classic, A Case of Spring Fever. If you probably have seen this before on MST3K and Riff tracks. If you haven't, well, you missed a good one. You should go back and watch those because they're classics. It's an absolute classic from both of them. So let's delve into A Case of Spring Fever. This music promises way more than an educational short can deliver. It sounds so exciting, and it's about springs.
I'm sorry, but Gilbert won't be able to play with you boys till later this afternoon.
He's grounded.
He's doing some work for me.
Springs. I hope I never see another spring as long as I live.
Well, you've doomed yourself, buddy.
So, you never want to see another spring, eh? Okay, mister, I'll fix it so you get that wish.
No, it's just a passing comment. I didn't really mean anything by it.
The name's Coily. Coily the Spring Sprite, they call me.
And I rain fire and brimstone down on anti-spring enthusiasts like you.
No more springs for you from now on.
Well, I guess it's all wooden chairs for me now. But hey, I got out of doing my chores, so... Ha! Joke's on you, Coily.
Springs.
Well, I got a sundial in the backyard, so I don't need this watch. Stupid random spring sprite thinks he can ruin my day. Well, he's got another thing coming to him.
No springs.
Well, I like it dark in here anyway, so again, you do not win, Coily. Oh.
No springs!
But Dial just came to town and you ruined it. Ha, well, at least my wife won't be on the phone all day. Gabby McGabster. I'll show you, Coily. I don't need you or your springs.
Hey! The door!
I'll just tie it shut with a rope. Oh, but you forgot about your spring-loaded glass in the windows. You know, Coily, when I get my hands on you, I will kill you.
No springs, my friend. No springs.
Who are you calling friend? We are not friends. We just met. And I don't like you. I don't understand.
No springs.
Guess you're not going anywhere,
Gee,
sucker.
Coily, I didn't realize what I was wishing. I'm sorry for everything I said.
Few minor
Let me call the whole
inconveniences,
thing
and
off.
I'm so
Is there
upset.
anything I can do? Please let me take back my wish. Well, okay.
But only
I'll
if
do
you
it.
promise to
Just
worship
this
me
once.
for eternity.
Next time, be careful.
Your soul's mine, buddy.
Don't ever make that wish again.
Oh, Coily fixed the sofa for him while he was at it? And, wait a minute, and Coily just turned back the hands of time, too. What kind of powers does Coily have? He's the spring sprite who can warp space and time? And why does he exist? Why? Many questions we'll have to ask God when we see him.
You see, fellows, the scientific principle of a spring is to absorb energy and then to release it. That's
And just
all
like
there is to
that,
it.
Gilbert is a spring scientist.
Too bad, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, time for me to show up, you little whippersnappers. I'm clearly 20 years older than all of you.
Nice shot.
Well,
Yes,
I
it
hate
was.
people who are better at golf than I am.
If it wasn't for the amount of spring in the club shaft, combined with the spring of the rubber inside the ball, that drive wouldn't have gone anywhere at all. You see, all spring action depends
I
on
love
elasticity,
springs so much
the ability
now.
of material to return to its original form after it's been forced
I
out of
bow
shape.
down and worship the spring. It's the greatest thing in the
Like action of a
world.
springboard. And when you stop to think about it, even the ground, the earth is like a huge spring. It has the ability to absorb a blow.
I mean, you heard
and
him
then
talking.
transmit
You
the
didn't
shock
have to
from
swing
one
while he was
point
still
to another.
talking.
And that's
This
exactly
is
what
on you,
spring is
really.
supposed to do. Transmit shock from one point to another.
Okay, but let's get on with the game.
I had
You
enough.
don't realize
When I
the
had to
number
take
of
springs in
that
high
work
school, I don't need to hear about it from
Why,
you
there's
now.
the spring in your cigarette lighter, and the spring in your pencil clip, and the huge springs that cushion the railroad trains. Why, I could name thousands of everyday uses for springs.
Don't bother.
Yes, after taking back his wish, Coily imbued him with knowledge of all things springs, so that he could spread the gospel of springs to everybody.
Hinges, pogo sticks. Why, it's practically impossible to name a single thing in which some sort of spring isn't essential. In one way or another.
How about a quill?
For instance,
How
it's
about
got a set absorbers on the wheels.
how about my
that depend
phone
on
here?
Heavy springs controlled by a hydraulic arrangement. When the ship lands, the springs ease the shock so much you can't even tell when you're on the ground. And as far as an automobile is concerned, why, I wouldn't even attempt to tell you how many various kinds of springs are used. In addition to
You know
the
what?
springs
Never mind. I think I will.
Good. You know, the trouble with people like you guys is that just because most springs are usually hidden, you seldom think of the important part they play in the regular operation and
You're
enjoyment of our
anti-spring
cars.
extremist, and you should be purged
For
from the
instance, let's
earth.
take those springs I mentioned a while ago.
Coily will
The
rain
springs
death
are built
upon
under
you
the car to
all.
provide complete riding comfort. Spiral coil springs in the knee action in front balance the weight of the car with soft leaf springs in the rear, so that
After
the
this,
body always
he's gonna go
rides
door to
along
door
an
with
even
leaflets
keel.
about springs.
Can you imagine
Gonna have
what it would
Coily's
be like
picture
riding
on them,
a rough road like
saying
this
we all
without
worship our
those
God and
springs?
Savior Coily.
And then, too, the springs and the seat and back cushions
Yeah,
take up
Gilbert's-
any other little
Gilbert's
bumps that
gone
get
off the
through
deep
the body
end.
of the car. Yes, sir. As far as riding comfort is concerned, the tires, the cushion springs,
His spring
and the
cult will be
special
the next
springs under the car
Scientology.
all combine to give us a ride that can't be topped. Hey, Joe, wake up! Wake up, fellows.
Oh, and of course we have springs in our bodies too. We'd fall apart without them. I know I did.
You played a great game, boy, but you lost. What you need is a little more spring in the old...
Very funny. You and your springs, I hope I never see another...
Stop! Don't say it.
You'll doom us
You'll never
all.
wish anything like that as long as you live.
Worship me, bitches! And that is a case of spring fever. If you've never seen it before, welcome to the madness that is a case of spring fever, but you've probably seen it before. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that little riff. I hope I did it justice. I'm sure I wasn't as good as Mike, Kevin, and Bill were, but I tried. Anyways, that is this week's Riffoween. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you next week.